Yes, Jainism was founded by Mahavira. So according to Jain tradition, there were 24 Tirthankars or great teachers of their beliefs and ideas. And Vardhaman Mahavira was the 24th Tirthankars and a contemporary of Gautam Buddha. So he was also at the time of Gautam Buddha. He was born in Vaishali. So where was this Mahavira born? He was born in Vaishali near Bihar around 568 BC. He was Kshatriya, prince of the Lichavi. He was also a prince. He renounced his home at the age of 30. And at the age of 30, he left everything, his home, palace, everything, and become a wanderer ascetic. Ascetic means sadhu. After 12 years of hard struggle and meditation, he attained enlightenment. So, Prince Vardhaman was from Bihar. Now, he meditated and put his body through the various difficult tasks. People then started calling him Jain, which means conqueror, and a Mahavira, which means a courageous. So, after his 12 years of his long, difficult task, people started calling him Jin, and Mahavira means the courageous. Mahavira preached the ideas of Jain religion. The Jains call him Tirthankar. Tirthankar means Jain gurus. Now, the teachings of Mahavira. Mahavira's teachings were very simple. It was very simple to follow. Men and women who wanted to get knowledge had to leave their homes. Yes. And it was that to get the knowledge about this religion, people have to leave their home. As Mahavira left at the age of 13, they had to strictly follow ahimsa, which is not hurting or killing any living beings. Yes, students, I am audible. Mitiksha, Mitiksha, I am audible. Just give me thumbs up. Okay. Mahavira's teaching. Mahavira preached in the language of the people, which was the another form of Prakrit called Magdi. Yes. And the language which he chose to teach was Magdi because the common language which people could understand. As the Brahmins, they were using Sanskrit and it was difficult by the people to understand. But these people used Magdi language, the common language. The followers of Mahavira were called Jainas. Yes, students, and those who were following his teachings were called Jainas. Now, yes, the Jainas were very strict and tough to follow. It was hard to become a Jain monk. Yes. Why? Because their principles were very strict. People could not follow the rules themselves, still helped the monks who could follow the rules. Yes. Strict rules and regulations were there. The Jainas had to lead a simple lives and be absolutely honest. They had to beg for food. They had to give up everything, even their clothes. They could not have families either. Yes, they have to leave everything and they could not leave the family life. Now, so this was about the Mahaviras. Now, where these people above Jainism and Buddhism lived, that places were called monasteries and Sangha. Sangha was mainly a place for the followers of Mahavira and Buddha who left their homes in search of knowledge. The rules of Buddhist Sangha are compiled in a book called Vinaya Pitaka. And so, what is that book called? The Buddhist Sangha compiled Vinaya Pitaka. Initially, only man could join the Sangha. However, slaves had to take permission of their owner, children of their parents, and so on. Later on, women were also allowed to join the Sangha and they had a separate branches. They were called bhikkhus and bhikkhuanis. Yes, earlier it was that only men were able to join this, but later on it was decided that women could also join this and they were called as bhikkhus and bhikkhuanis. Bhikkhuanis means the women who joined these sanghas and the males were called as bhikkhus. Life in the Buddhist Sangha was very hard and fanatical. The bhikkhus who was to beg his food from door to door. Yes. See what they have to do, how they were leading their life. They were begging the food from door to door.
या म्यूट। मैम आप चले गए थे, आप लीव हो गए थे।
Yes, I am rejoining.
अच्छा। एंड मैम योर वॉइस इज ब्रेकिंग।
Okay. Yes, so monasteries. Life in Buddhist Sangha. Life in Buddhist Sangha was very hard and
बंदा यश का आणि मृदुल नाम का बच्चा डेट प्रैक्टिस करता है।
okay. Life in the Buddhist Sangha. Yes, Mridul, my voice is audible. Mridul. Okay. So about this sanghas and monasteries. The life in Buddhist Sangha was very hard and practical. The bhikkhus was to beg his food from door to door. The members of the Sangha, both monks and nuns, were to spend most of the year among the people preaching the message of Buddha. It was only during the rainy season that they did not travel. Slowly, the monks and nuns realized the need of permanent shelters, which led to the construction of monasteries. And these were known as viharas. See, monasteries means where these Buddhist sanghas and monks people used to live. They were on the way when they found rainy season or cold weather. They used to sit there and protect their life. They were to live in monasteries and nunneries, and not in the families. Earlier in the monasteries were made up of wood and then of bricks. Some hills were also dug out to create caves for them, especially in western India. So these were the places where these bhikkhus used to stay. Now, the Buddhism and Jainism, they gave noble teachings. And the purpose behind these was that attainment of salvation, of free and soul from its earthly bondage. This could be achieved only by following the right faith, right knowledge, right action. The three jewels or the three ratnas were the teachings of these Jainisms. So the spread of Jainism. Jainism received mainly from the trading communities. Trading means business class people. Some found its rules strict and could not keep with them. Nevertheless, it spread the parts of northern India, some parts of southern also, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. The teachings of Mahavira were orally transmitted for 100 years and they were written down around 50